What is the best Prem players you can get in each position? Comment down below the team you support. The first one in net, the brand new UCL Hero Dudek. 36,000 coins, 88 rated, lovely dynamic, and definitely an upgrade from last year. Another brand new one in team of the group stage, Pope. Unfortunately injured now, but hopefully comes back with a big bang. 17,000 coins for this 6'6" giant. In between the net, nostalgic vibes from his gold card, but I still think he could give you a run or two. Mr. Consistent in Allison, one of the best gold goalkeepers you can physically get. 37,000 coins, 89 rated, and hopefully we'll get an upgrade soon. And going next to him, Edison 88, just as consistent, has more of the kicking aspect rather than Allison's throw, but again another one for 23,000 that can give you very, very solid defending. The first right back, and one of the only golds, Carl Walker, is the best. Trent comes in with his inform, 80,000 coins, he's got himself a long ball pass, and most definitely we are all waiting for that shapeshifter midfielder version, but he does give you a decent option going down the wing. Possibly not as much as Adama Traore though, 128,000 for this SBC, a great super sub, a potential evolutions in the future. He's nostalgic for his absolute monstrous pace and physicality, and again one that I think at the minimum needs to be put in the club. Arguably James takes the crown here. 88 rated on the right back, 450 in value, can get an 86 or an 87 evolutions of him, which not necessarily the same sort of rating, but will consist a lot cheaper than this version. But that being said, is he the best right back in the Prem currently? If your team's looking like this, then I have the place for you. Head over to U7Buy for all your coin needs. They're cheap, fast, and reliable, but make sure to use JT11 at the checkout for 6% off all of your coin orders. Over on the left-hand side, John Arnery has got himself a UCL Hero, 53,000 coins already, only a 3-star, and very mixed opinions. I feel like a shapeshifter version of him could actually come in handy. He's got himself 80 stats above everything. Could we see him as the next shapeshifter centre mid? Radioactive Zinchenko up next with 140,000, gives himself that chemistry boost. Again, only 3-star, but gives himself a little bit more pace, and in terms of defending, he's kind of more of a wing back more so than a solid left back. And possibly the best left back so far in the Prem, we've got Robertson, Trailblazer 88. Again, is a very solid card. 3-star, 2-star, so again, we're going to take the left back out of the Prem, but at the minute, I think Robertson comes in as the number one in the Prem. Unfortunately, the SBC has gone for Thiago Silva, so if you didn't finish it, year in review picks are going to be your best friend to try and get him. But I do think as either a Chelsea fan or somebody who's building a Chelsea team, he's definitely a nice upgrade from his gold. Anticipate Playstyle Plus as well is one of my favourites in a centre-back role. Gravadal up next with his Radioactive. I know I say it wrong, and I know you'll comment it, but 140,000 coins for this Radioactive card. Again, another solid upgrade for him. Can play in that left-back role as well if you really wanted to, but I do think he's got the ability, again, to take it to the next level, and maybe, just maybe, we could get an Evolutions later on down the line. Ledley King was an SBC, bit expensive for what I would actually pay for him. I think he's a good centre-back, has the Anticipate Playstyle Plus, and most definitely has a good amount of pace defending and a bit of physicality as well. But I don't think he was quite worth the value. I just think he's a decent centre-back, but compared to the rest, the price was a little bit too much. Definitely slept on a little bit. Timber was phenomenal. 86 rated, 200,000 coins, a lovely dynamic on the Dynasties card. The red works really well, and I think definitely, look at the stats. Very consistent throughout, 85 defending physical, good pace, decent dribbling, and he's got the slide tackle plus, which we'll let slide. Now, probably one of the best centre-backs in the game, let alone in the Prem. Virgil van Dijk with his 90. I believe he is due to get another upgrade as well, which would be incredible. But 500,000, you could even just argue going for the gold, is still very, very meta-relevant this time round anyway. Aerial plus, even with the pace being under 80, he still is Virgil van Dijk. He didn't quite get all of the upgrades that we wanted, but 88 Varane, no matter what upgrade he's got, it is always an absolute peach. He's 540, Anticipate Playstyle Plus, and he's an absolute boss in that centre-back role. A brand new card for the UCL Hero Company, Again, another one like Lucio, he's come in, he's stirred the pot up and could arguably be one of the top defenders we see throughout the year. Only 89 for the moment, but even with that, we've got the defending, the physical, 81 on the pace, and an anticipate playstyle plus for him. He may not be my number one cup of tea, but JJ Okocha can never be dismissed. He's a 5-star, 4-star, not quite got the upgrade yet, but incredible pace, incredible dribbling, shooting and passing, could do with a dead eye if you really wanted to, and most definitely for 170, I'm not complaining about the value. Another SBC that potentially could have been a bit expensive. It may have dropped in price or been lower in price when it first came out, but Martin Odegaard's 90 as a 5-star, 3-star, 420k was out when there wasn't necessarily huge SBCs out. I just think he was that, like Ledley King, good card, but just too expensive for what it actually was at that point. But we can't take away the 5-star skiller. If we had the 4-star weak foot, I'd actually be more inclined to say yes, please. And in terms of passing and dribbling, you've got yourself a winner. As a cam, Szoboszlai, not a bad shout. 4-star, 4-star, Travella playstyle plus, so you know he's going to be having some long-range Travellas. He's obviously got a good amount of pace, dribbling, shooting, and also passing. It's the physicality and defending that does let this box-to-box sort of mentality go. But again, could be a good shapeshifter if they really wanted to move him. Like company, we have Ramirez, UCL Hero, a card that most definitely will shake it up in them later stages. Everything above 80, the pace at 89 on the base, 4-star, 3-star, that once that transforms, you imagine a 94, 95 Ramirez, 5-5 with the stats that he's got already, just increased by 7. That card is going to be one of the favourites in the game. 1.4 mil for this one, and he is an absolute dream to play with. The most expensive midfielder in the Prem, 1.9 mil for your triple threat, Yaya Toure. Some people don't like him, but I think he's still an absolute winner in this. He's 6'2", he's built like a brick. He's got obviously a decent amount of pace, but just naturally in-game, he is just everywhere. His tackling's brilliant, his physicality's brilliant, he's even got a little bit of a shot and also great passing. He's an absolute winner in that centre mid role. Now I am waiting for a team of the year, a team of the season KDB. Once we start seeing that 97 and above for him, that is where I think KDB really takes it to that next level. In this version, I like the passing, the dribbling's good. He has lost his incisive pass, but he's gained long ball pass, which is not necessarily the worst option it could have changed to. But I think for 600, I need a little bit more from him. Maybe the 5-5 as well, that could have really swayed my vote with him. Another one that could potentially be in evolutions at some point, but 245 for a Gravenberch, not a terrible card. It's a team of the group stage card, so he is in the Europa, but most definitely the stats are very well balanced. He's a 4-4 already, which is even better. So for me, he is definitely one to worth looking at. We have Ansu Fati on the wing, 280,000. We obviously did him for one of the very first evolutions, nearly 300. 4-4, he's got himself some decent pace, never gonna lie with that one. Dribbling's good, shooting at 84 isn't terrible for him, especially seeing as though we haven't added a chemistry style either. A finisher's gonna be absolutely beautiful, and he could give you a good option for a relatively cheap price. Now someone who is very cheap, Perisic, 94,000 on him, 4-star, 5-star. He's got acceleration that is incredible. I have got a review on the second channel if you want to check that one out, because he definitely gave me a nice surprise, and especially for under 100,000 coins, if you're running a cheap team, that one is definitely worth it. A bit more expensive at 500 for Luis Diaz, a 4-4 down the wing. Again, very much pace is orientated to the absolute max. The dribbling is even more impressive, and even the shooting and passing is definitely one not to be laughed at. The only thing he needs now is the playstyle plus, and unfortunately this version won't get it, but maybe in the future we could see something about that. We have Willian, who's genuinely kept his price quite well, 800,000. He's a 4-4 still, no playstyle plus, but that can still be got, and 89 rated for a Willian. He's got 89 on the passing and shooting, 91 dribbling, 91 pace. That is probably one of the best cards we're going to see from Willian. And in terms of Rashi, he's ready for the upgrade now. This one was way over a mil to start with, but we now see him coming under 800,000, which is very nice. He is a 5-star skiller, which is a good perk, but only 3-star weak foot. He has got himself the left wing or striker ability, and again, we're looking at incredible amounts of pace, shooting, decent dribbling, just an all-round very good card with that power shot playstyle plus. Joe Cole up next with 300,000 coins worth of his triple threat. I'm not normally the biggest Joe Cole fan. I think especially with a base, he's very easy to just forget. This card definitely came, especially when the triple threat came out, as a very nice upgrade from him. But I felt like he just, again, lost his kind of way very quickly. And that's down to the fact Salah managed to get 3 or 4 versions. We then have Saka as a 91. Great team at a group stage card. Don't know what they were quite thinking giving him 2 91s. It just is what it is, unfortunately, but I thought he definitely is deserving of the 92 at the minimum. But again, 4-4, got himself the ability to be right wing, right mid, 700,000 coins, but a very, very good card if you manage to get him down that wing. And then arguably everybody's right wing for the Prem. Salah's got many, many forms. He's got his inform, he's got his trailblazer, his player of the month. He naturally is going to be one of them cards, again, that just gets so many versions. This is the cheapest 91 you can get, and I do think no matter which version of you get, it's all the same. He is absolutely brilliant. He's got that cut in, pace, shooting, dribbling, whatever you need from him, he's going to give you. Now, Jesus is due an upgrade at some point, I believe, possibly tomorrow. He's 160 at the moment with the potential, or I believe the possibility now, to go into that 89. And again, he's not an awful card. He definitely doesn't stack up to some of the better strikers here, but he is definitely one to not forget about. If you've managed to get him in your club from day dot, then he's going to come into fruition very, very quickly. Alvarez is absolutely stunning though. 407,000 coins. You can get the Evolutions version of this. I believe 85 was the best you could get before you go max. 87 would be the max, but 85 still gives you the ability later on down the line to be able to upgrade again, which is absolutely perfect because the 87 Trailblazer version was about 500,000 coins of an SBC. This one's coming in cheaper and is brilliant down the middle. I had to throw a bit of Rasmus in here though. He's 120k. He is the cheapest striker in this Prem list, and most definitely he was better than anticipated. I thought he was going to be totally useless. Actually, pace-wise was decent, good finesse. You obviously go with a finisher on him and he gets some good shooting bonuses. I'm not saying he's going to be absolute top of the list, but he's definitely worth mentioning at the minimum. Now, I didn't put him in the wing role because the striker son is an absolute dreamboat. 4-star, 5-star, again, like Salah, like Griezmann, like a lot of the players, he's got many, many versions. You can go with the inform, which is on the left wing. That is the cheapest you can get, but this card is the one that I did, and I want to make it feel a little bit relevant because 1.1 mil is astonishing for the SBC, and naturally, you'll reap every reward from this card. I'd say the biggest surprise so far this year is João Pedro, going from his 73 silver all the way to this 89 road to the knockout. He's just beautiful. We got him on the second account on day dots, I think first or second champs, and he has been brilliant. The pace is there, the shooting's there, dribbling's easy. He's a 4-4 as well. He is just a perfect striker, going from silver all the way nearly to a 90 rated card. Arguably one of the best free cards we have seen in the game, full stop. Haaland's Beats version, I believe it was, is just brilliant. It may not be the #1 striker in the game, but genuinely for free, this is an actual usable card. It's not even that you're just forcing him for the objective. He genuinely isn't terrible one bit. And I'm not saying that that card's better than this version of Haaland. The Dynasties, the Road to the Knockout, they're both 94 rated, over 1 million coins. Naturally, they're going to have some ability over him. But I do think in terms of free versus 1.4 mil, I know where I'm going to pick personally, and that doesn't take any credit away from 94 Haaland. And finally, 1.6 mil for the brand new UCL Hero Tevez. Now, this is a card I cannot wait to get to endgame for. A 96, 97 footies Tevez, 5'5", would be immaculate. He's already got some great striking ability. He's nostalgic for one of the better strikers in the Prem, and I can imagine Luis Suarez would be the same once he gets a hero or icon. I could imagine more of a hero once he's finished, but Tevez is here, and Tevez is a very good striker.